Hey there, I'm Sharon Pope. I help women who are struggling in lonely and disconnected marriages get the confidence and clarity they need to either fix the struggles in their marriage or be able to move forward without regret. If you like what you hear, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. Decide to get married, it means they've chosen each other to spend the rest of their life together. But then, several years into the marriage, what started out as two people being inseparable now becomes incompatible. My name is Sharon Pope. I am a master life coach and a 7-time best-selling author on love and relationships. I help women who are struggling in their lonely and disconnected marriages get the confidence and clarity they need to either fix the struggles in their marriage or lovingly release it without regret. You can go to clarityformymarriage.com to explore if there's a fit for you and I to work together today. Today we're talking about why it is that you're still struggling. Look, if you have engaged with my work, if you've been reading my blogs or watching my YouTube videos or reading my books, first of all, thank you. But also, I know you're seeking answers, right? You wouldn't have found your way to my work if you weren't out there online seeking answers. And so why do you think that the issues inside your relationship are still unresolved? Or why do you think that you are still stuck in indecision after months or maybe even years when you've been out there searching for answers? There's only one reason. And that's because the answers to the problems inside your relationship exist outside of your comfort zone. How do I know this? Because if the answers existed inside of your comfort zone, you would have figured it out by now. There is a strong correlation or tension that exists between the problems that we have and our desire to remain comfortable, right? We want to solve the issues in our marriage, but we also want to be comfortable. So think about it. If difficult conversations with your spouse weren't terrifying, you might be having them. You might even be having them fairly regularly. If setting healthy boundaries didn't feel intimidating, you would be setting healthy and loving boundaries for yourself inside all of your relationships. You might even be setting them inside of your marriage. And if honoring your needs didn't feel selfish to you, then you wouldn't consistently put all of your needs aside in order to please your husband or your kids or your mother or whoever. Now that point of discomfort is where most people stop. They feel that discomfort and then they start backpedaling. They're like, oh, no. I don't want to feel that. And then we start justifying that backpedaling by saying things like, oh, this is just too hard. It won't work. I mean, maybe it'll work for someone else, but it won't really work for me. And then we believe that story that we create, and then we stay stuck. You see, every single problem we have doesn't just relate to your relationships, but that's what we talk about here on this channel, is because we are unwilling to move through the discomfort that will be required of us in order to solve the problem. Because every problem we have will require something of us, and it will never feel comfortable, right? It might be a requirement of time, a requirement of money to solve the problem. It might be learning new skills or the very difficult work of creating new habits. It might be having to look at some very difficult truths about yourself and about the marriage. But every single answer exists in a place that does not feel comfortable, I promise you. So I know you might be thinking, you know, Sharon, I hear what you're saying, but I am not comfortable right now. I mean, my marriage is really struggling and it is consuming me and I am far from comfortable. So I don't know how you can say I'm comfortable. What I would argue is that you have become comfortable with a pain that you know. You know how to wake up and exist inside of this pain because you've done it for months or years, or maybe even some of you a decade or more. And you know what our brains do when it's presented with something uncomfortable? It gives you all the reasons why it absolutely will not work. right? So to address the unresolved issues, you're going to have to move through a little bit of discomfort. And I know sometimes the pain that we know feels like a better option than the outcome that we don't know, but it never is. Never, ever, ever is it a better solution, all right? If you are ready to finally let go of the struggles, if you are finally ready to get the clarity that you really want in your life and in your marriage, then I want you to go to clarityformymarriage.com. That's the place where you can find out about how to work with me and if there's a fit for us to work together. And if I can help you, I absolutely will invite you into our programs. If you like what you heard on this channel, I hope that you'll subscribe. Until next time, take good care.